Hey, welcome to this video, YouTube, Facebook, and IG. Thank you for pressing that play button and stopping by. I'm Randy Chambliss, your mindset and real estate redeveloper. So listen, in this video, I want to ask you a quick question. Are you ready? Here's the question. Have you given up on your goals, or are you still pursuing them, right? Have you given up on your goals, or are you still pursuing them, right? That's the question. I want you to think about that just for a brief moment, right? And so I want you to think about your goals. I want you to think about your dreams as you listen to this video or you watch this video, right? See, my mentor told me before, he said, Randy, there's winners, there's losers, and there's those who haven't figured out how to win yet. So I want you to realize and think about what category are you in, right? Have you given up on your goals? Have you threw in the towel? Have you raised that white flag and given up? Have you settled for what life is giving you? Like, are you just sitting back, going to work every day, paying bills, and eventually you're just gonna die, right? Are you leaving your mark in this world? Do you want to continue to leave a legacy for your family? Like, are you building for just your first name, right? You doing all this just for your first name? Or are you doing this for your last name? What about your children? What about your children's children? Like, are you creating a legacy, right? So I want you to think about that. Who are you? Have you given up yet? Number two, are you a winner? Like, have you already accomplished your dreams that you went out for? Have you already achieved the goals? Like, everybody's goals and dreams are different, right? You might be living in the home that you already wanted already, right? You might have the ideal job or the ideal business. You might be taking vacations when you want to take it. Whatever your goals and dreams that you desired, right? You may have already accomplished that. Or you might be still pursuing it, right? You just haven't won yet. You're just trying to figure this thing out, right? You go to one direction, you're doing this, and then you hit a roadblock, and you have to stop and adjust and to change your approach, right? You go after again with everything you got. You muster up the faith once again and go after it, and you hit a brick wall, and you got to adjust and make some changes again, right? You just have not won and figured it out yet. So listen, let me help you to get unstuck. So if you're the one that is still pursuing your dreams, still pursuing your goal, but just haven't figured out how to win yet, this video is for you. So here's what I want you to understand. That's two minds, right? Two minds, right? Not one, but two minds. You have your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And it work totally different from each other, right? They learn totally different from each other. Randy, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about, when you get this principle and you start to dive into the study of it a little bit more, then you can see your results start to change. You can see your life start to change. See, you have to understand that whatever you believe, guys, that determines the decisions you make. And the decisions you make actually determines your actions that you take. The action that you take give you the results, whether it's good results or bad results. So when you're looking at your fruits of your labor, you're looking at your results, you have to realize those results is only coming from the action that you take and the choices that you made in the past. But those choices that you made in the past is dictated by your belief system. So when you understand your beliefs, look at it like a lens. Like, you got a camera, right? A camera. And there's a lens on that camera. So I want you to think about your belief being the lens of that camera. So you only could perceive who you are. Like, you could look at something, or you could attend a seminar. Let's say you attend a seminar and you have 20 people in a room, and everybody's not perceiving that information the same way. Some people are perceiving it as positive. Some people are perceiving it as negative. Oh man, this person is too long. They're boring. The other person, man, this is phenomenal information. I can't wait to implement this, right? So everybody's watching the same seminar, attending the same seminar, listening to the same seminar, but everybody have a different perception. The perception is based on your belief, right? So when you look at your belief, right, sometimes you got to understand, I'm going to be a little bit in your face right here. Just because you believe something doesn't mean that it's true. Like, you could be 100% believe in this thing. Like, you could be 150% total belief. Like, you all in, like you all out. But that doesn't mean that it's true. That's just because that's your perception of what is real, what is fake, right? That's just your perception. Like, you got to get that. So your belief is like a lens on a camera, right? But when you change your belief, you change the lens and you see something differently. But here's my point. 95% of the time out the day, every single day of your life, you are taking action based on the programs that's locked in box inside of your subconscious mind. these programs, oftentimes, it's not programs that is something that you want. It's not your wishes, not your desires, right? This program is not it. These programs was given to you between the age of 0 when you was in your mother womb, all the way to you maybe 7 years old. So life was designed to have your mind open up around in that age bracket, right? In that age period, your mind was open like a parachute. And the outside world and your environment was giving you the information to create a program. So as a child, you're looking at, like, I have a 1-year-old. He just turned 1 year old, right? I also have a 3 years old, and I also have an 8 years old. He just turned 8 shortly, right? So when I look at them, I'm saying, wow. I'm looking at my 1-year-old, and as he's looking around, paying attention, and something of curiosity, he want to touch it. He want to touch it. He want to feel it, because he's curious. He want to know what it's about. So let's assume that you have a little baby, like you was a small baby at one point, right? And so you never experienced a candle before. So you're looking at this candle, the flame is just flickering, and you're curious. You want to know what it is. So you walk up to it and you touch it and it burns you. Oh. So what that done just now, but that was your first time feeling heat, feeling fire, getting burned, that created a new experience for you. And when that experience was created for you, that became a quick program, a safety mechanism. So the next time as a baby, when you see that candle flickering, you're not going to go up and put your hands on it because you experienced a burn before. And so what happened is, that's what goes on through all of life, right? As a young baby from 0 to 7, you're observing different things. You create experiences in your life. And as you create these experiences, now these experiences dictate your future choices and your future decisions. For example, when you was probably 5 years old, 6 years old, kindergarten, first grade, I don't know, right? Just a quick story. The teacher asked a question and you thought you had the answer. Let's take you out of it. Somebody was in a classroom, a teacher asked a question, and that little boy, little girl raising their hand, I have it, I know the answer, I want to pick me. So the teacher said, hey, yes, Greg, give me an answer. And they expressed the answer, and the teacher said, no, that's wrong. Who else have something? No, that's wrong. Who else? Oh, okay, yeah, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. So what happened is that experience of the first time of having rejection, it didn't feel real good. Sometimes, depending on that person's self-esteem, that kid's self-esteem at that time, they feel depressed, they feel stupid, like they feel embarrassed, right? So the next time, right, when they're in the 6th grade, right, they're in the 12th grade, right, you're in college, and the professor asking you for a question, like you hesitate to put your hands up, because you don't want to feel that same experience, that same pain, that same disappointment that you did when you was in kindergarten or the 1st grade. My point is, your mind is open like a parachute, and based on experiences that you experience, it becomes a program. Then when you're older and it's time to take action and it's time to make a decision, sometimes it's difficult and you don't take action, or you don't make the decision and you pass up an opportunity repeatedly, right? A lot of people say that's what the word POUR means, an acronym, passing over opportunity repeatedly, right? Because of our past experience, our past disappointment. So what happened is, like an opportunity across your desk, you evaluating, you're looking at it, right? And you looking at that in your mind saying, hey man, go for it, man. This is it, man. This is awesome. This is going to change your life. Then you got the other mind working in the background saying, you can't do that. You remember when you was in kindergarten and when you tried to do that and you failed? Like, you can't do that. You remember when you bought that piece of property, you thought you wanted to be a real estate investor and you spent a bunch of money and spent a bunch of time, and when you sold it, right, you didn't make a quarter. Like, you broke even. Like, you can't do that. I don't care if the numbers is saying you're going to make $80,000 off this deal. You can't do that. So that's the conflict that goes on. So my point is of saying all this is this. You have two minds, not one. Understand that. The conscious mind and the subconscious mind. 95% of the time out the day or more, you basing your decisions off your subconscious mind, which is a bunch of programs that's locked in box in your mind. Only 5% of you consciously thinking, consciously being aware. Let me give you an example. You walking up the street, your cell phone ring. You don't stop and pick up the phone and say hello and just can't walk anymore, like you just can't do two things at once. No, you walk, cell phone ring, you pick it up, you having a whole conversation, but you still walking. Well, how's that possible? Because you defaulted to the program of walking that you learned when you were a young baby. You defaulted to that. Another example, you driving a vehicle and all of a sudden you're having a conversation with the passenger. The passenger asks you a question, y'all going back and forth on a whole conversation. Next thing you know, you look up and you at your destination. What happened? You obviously wasn't paying attention to driving. You obviously wasn't paying attention to walking when your cell phone rang. Well, what happened? I'll tell you what happened. You defaulted to the program that's locked in box in your subconscious mind of how to walk, of how to drive. But remember how those programs was created? Through repetition. When you was a baby, you got up, you walked, you fell. Got up, you walked, and you fell. You got up, you walked, and fell. Like, nobody told you, listen, stop trying to walk. Like, you keep falling, just sit down, stop trying to walk. I'm sure your parents didn't tell you, or your environment did not tell you, stop trying to walk. Like, just stop. It didn't happen. You kept walking, you kept falling until you had a new program locked in box in your subconscious mind of how to walk. And that's something you never have to learn how to learn again, most high willing, right? Same thing with driving. You got in the car and you drove hours and hours. Some of you guys took driving classes, right? And you consistently drove. And it became a new program, locked in box. So your subconscious mind is what is regulating your body temperature. Like right now, you watching me on this video, right? Hopefully I'm giving you some value, something that you can learn from, right? Something that you can implement, right? Something that can help you get unstuck from where you at. So you're watching this, but you know how many times that you breathe in and out? You know how many times you blinked? You know, you might have swallowed a fly out your face or something, right? I don't know. But you understand how many times that you swallowed? All that's happening through your subconscious mind. All that's happening through your program. Like, you're not constantly thinking about blinking. You're not constantly thinking about regulating your body temperature, regulating your blood pressure. You're not thinking about that. That's not in the conscious thought. It's in the subconscious mind. So you guys, you got to realize that your subconscious mind is 1,000,000 times larger than your subconscious mind. Excuse me, than your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind is 1,000,000 times, has a processor, I should say, 1,000,000 times larger than your conscious processor. In fact, your subconscious processor could process information like 4 billion bits per minute. However, on a conscious thought, it only could process 2,000 bits a minute. So when you pin a smaller program versus a larger program, who's going to win? The conscious or the subconscious? Like, which mind is going to win? Like, this doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. Like, this is not algebra, right? This is not trigonometry, right? You don't have to, be absolutely amazing mathematician to figure this out. What's going to win every time is your subconscious mind. But here's what you got to understand too. Your subconscious mind, guys, it only could accept information. It only could accept information that is given to it. It cannot reject information. Thinking of it as a recorder. You press a record button and it records information. And when it's time for you to make a choice, a decision, it plays that same information back to you as experiences. That's all it could do. It cannot reject information. However, your conscious mind can accept or reject information. It could do both. But the subconscious mind only could accept the information that's given to it. Now, most of the time and oftentimes, the information that was recorded, the program that's already in the subconscious mind, most of them wasn't something that you wanted. You didn't have a choice. Nobody gave you control of that. Your environment gave you those programs. What your parents done in the past, what your parents said in the past, school teachers, siblings in your household, your environment. The outside world gave you the programs that you have. Now, granted, you was born with certain programs that was phenomenal. Like I mentioned, regulating your blood temperature. Regulating your temperature, regulating your blood flow, right? All these things are phenomenal programs. And that's programs that we need to live with, that we have to have in order for us to survive as human beings. Those come from the Most High God. So those programs you don't want to change. Like, you need those programs. But some of those programs that you need to rewrite, and you need to reprogram. For example, if something comes easy to you in life, like it's just simple, it's easy, you can get it done, then those are good programs. But if you have something that you struggle with in your life, kind of like you're pressing the gas on a vehicle and the brakes at the same time, like you just can't, you just stuck. Whether it's relationships, whether it's money, whether it's having a job that you like and enjoy, building a business, like whatever you stuck with, like whatever comes hard for you, those are programs that you need to rewrite. So that's why I mentioned, hey, listen, there's winners, there's losers, and there's those who haven't figured out how to win yet. So if you're looking to figure out how to win, then you need to revisit this video again. Watch this video over and over again. It's going to give you some good insights, right? Now, there's other information that goes along with this. But having said that, I just want to give you some information to point you in the right direction to help you get unstuck, right? So listen, visit me online at randychandler.com. I got some other information that might be helpful to you. randychandler.com. Check me out. Give me a call. Text 504-270-1314. God bless. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a phenomenal day on purpose, guys. Take care.
I'll be the last one that they write off. I gotta live till my time's off. But now I'm here, I cannot go soft. I found myself when the rest got lost. I'll be the last one that they write off.
I know we're up and coming, but I feel as if we made it. Imagination is greater than public education. Quotations, I'm just saying, never let your dreams be taken. Take the hatred, build it up and bring it down as motivation. Success is waiting, so why ignore it when you can meet it? Tomorrow morning, they're yelling, where you going? Touring, open up the curtains. As of now, I'm loving what I'm doing, so it's worth it.